Alright everybody, what is going on? We are here with some breaking Gekishin Squadra news. We have two very big things here. The first thing of all of them, we have a Squadra Talk Season 1. Basically, pretty much think of like the Legends showcases and stuff, or whatever the name of that was. They're gonna have the same exact thing for Gekishin Squadra, and it's going to be today at 8 p.m. PT, which sucks for me because that's 6 a.m. my time, so I can't be there to see it. However, it's going to be the very first big thing for Gekishin Squadron in terms of news. If you can and are able to see it, you should definitely tune in. There's going to be information about season one, probably what to expect from this, like a new character, uh, probably a new map. They'll probably go over the developer letter here, which we'll get to in a moment. Don't expect too crazy much. I think people should keep their expectations to some degree of low. It is, after all, only the first season. I don't think they're gonna go too insanely crazy with stuff. However, what I do think is that they will at least announce, at the very least, a new character. I think that's just only like the most expected thing to have here. Um, Also, during this, they will show a serial code for P1 capsules. So if you're in a stream, stay tuned in for those. And yeah, that's pretty much it for Squadra Talk. My personal opinion, again, we will at least get a new character. Maybe they'll talk further about the developer letter. Perhaps maybe we could even get something like a new map. I don't know exactly what to really expect. I don't think a lot of people know what to expect. That's why I think people should keep their expectations low. I think people should definitely expect things regarding at least a new character. I think that's going to be probably the it's just the bare minimum. I feel like to drop a new character for a new season. A new helpers and stuff. I feel like that's a bare minimum. Here we have the developer letter. This is the first developer letter for the game. I've already gone ahead and read it off video, but I'm going to go ahead and go over it with everybody here right now. So the developer letter 1. Season 1 is coming soon, and we would like to share a few changes that will be made with it. The changes will feature in-game balances and functions, as opposed to fixes to the various errors. Um, so they say we apologize for the inconvenience caused, but those are being worked on, with some of them already being solved as of now. If there's still encounter errors in disconnect, please contact us through our official inquiry. So it seems that they are working on fixes already. Now I don't know if some of these fixes, because they say they are being solved as of now. I don't know if this means we're going to receive like a small update before season 1 does drop that will fix these changes, or if these fixes will be a part of the season 1 update immediately. I'm not too entirely sure. They seem very confident in the fact that people shouldn't really be getting errors, which I think is weird. Maybe once I get on the game now, later on today, maybe I will be seeing differences. I think a lot of people that have played the game know we've been seeing things like getting, booted out of matches, and getting error codes, and then not being able to, play the game again after a little bit, or issues with queuing for matches, especially if you're a duo. I've noticed that the waiting times is a little bit higher. General just crashes or bugs regarding some certain people getting booted out. I definitely feel like these definitely deserve fixing, and they do seem to claim um that some of them are already being worked on and some already fixed as of now. I would I am okay with this as long as by around season 1, or like early doors of season 1, we will be having most of these sorted out. I definitely feel like for a game that's not fully out, that's a free game, I definitely think that a lot of these should be squandered. I don't think some of these bugs really should be in the game. So the sooner they can get all of them out, the better. And it does seem that they are already solving some of them, are already working on some of them. Hopefully they do hold true to what they're saying here. But it seems that this developer letter does contain in-game balances and functions. So I do want to go over these really quick. Rate of memory acquisition decay will be lowered. So I think what this memory acquisition decay, I think what this is if you guys have noticed during some matches, when you finish a match, you only get one piece of memory, as opposed to like sometimes you might get like 20 or 30 or however much you get from like for a character. Sometimes you notice that you only get one, and I've noticed that too. I was wondering what this is. I think this is what this is. The rate of memory acquisition decay will be lowered. So what this pretty much means is that you'll be able to get more memory for your characters the more matches you play, and like The decay for it, aka the times you'll be getting only one per, will be lowered. Minimum memory acquisition numbers will be raised, so this pretty much means you'll be getting more memories from matches, which is pretty nice. This is a very big one for me. This is like one of the main issues I have with Gekishin, and I'm very happy that people are already addressing it. Any prices of memory offered in shops will be lowered. Pretty much, anything regarding Zenny, and they will be going into more of the Zenny stuff as we go on to the developer later. But pretty much what this means is um they do have daily offers of memories in the shop, and pretty much what that means is that you have to pay Zenny to get them. That will be now lowered. I think they're usually like 100 Zenny for like a 50 piece of memory or like something among those lines. So that's gonna be pretty nice. Just to help you save on Zenny, I think it's pretty good. Bonus mission points will increase bonus mission points granted from matchmaking specific roles from 10 to 30. And the developer letter does explain that bonus missions will reward players Zenny when cleared. The bonus missions are unlocked as you acquire bonus mission points. So you guys notice when you do summons on the game or when you do matches, you get bonus mission points. And when you get these bonus missions, because the more and more you get of them, more of these points, you get bonus missions. And when you clear these bonus missions, you get Zenny. So pretty much what this means is that you're going to be getting more bonus mission points matchmaking, and you'll be able to get more Zenny down the line. This is the big one right here. We increase battle score rewards per character from 170 Zenny to 500. So in the game, again, something that the game doesn't really explain to you, is a mechanic where once the game ends, you will get a battle score reward. Now you don't actually get this at the end of every game. What this pretty much is that you need to acquire a certain amount of battle score per character, and once you hit that number, you will be getting Zenny. I already got some of this with some of the characters like KO and I think Goku, and I think the Buro as well. I don't exactly know what you need to exactly do in the game, in a match, to acquire this, to meet this threshold for the battle score. I don't know if it's damage or just overall points of how involved you were in the game. I'm not too entirely sure about that just yet. But this buff is huge. Giving you 500 instead of 170 is really big. I'm very, very happy that they're doing this. It's going to help getting Zenny so much more. It's going to encourage players to play other characters so they can get those Zenny rewards, so they can level up the characters and get more rewards from there. So this is very, very good. And now here we go. Hero balance changes. We have changes to characters here. They do say here deeper, larger scale balance changes will be made with longer time span in between each change in the future. So pretty much they're saying that like there will be bigger, larger scale changes to balancing for some characters later on down the line. And right now they're just kind of like not doing too much. But I'm noticing this kind of like, how do I say, not minimalistic approach, but it's kind of like they're kind of easing themselves into fixing some things, which I'm not sure if I really exactly enjoy this type of mentality, but maybe, during season 1 they will be fixing and changing a lot more things, hopefully. So we will see that that's what they do. I'm hoping they at least do that. But here we go. We have Piccolo here, who we know is among, at least in my opinion, he's at least in my eyes the second worst DPS in the game, right ahead of Bojack. I think Bojack is the worst DPS in the game, but Piccolo's, I think, right ahead of him, and everybody else kind of like eclipses Bojack and Piccolo. But we do have some Piccolo buffs here. We'll decrease light grenades cooldown time from 20 seconds to 15, and then we'll increase light grenades overall damage. And lastly, we'll decrease special beam cannons required time for maximum charge from 4 seconds to 3. So as a person that does not play Piccolo, I don't exactly know how good light grenade is. I don't really see people using light grenade that much when I do run into Piccolo players, but I do see them using special beam cannon a lot. And if they aren't noticed and they do get to charge that thing up fully, it does do a lot of damage. It's very, very good when like people players are distracted and they stand in one place a lot. That is gonna be very, very good for Piccolo players to just hit, because the special beam cannon range is kind of very thin. But if it does hit you, you will be losing a lot of HP. So getting a buff in required time for maximum charge is pretty fucking good. And then obviously the cooldown and damage for light grenades will be pretty good. I'm curious to see how good Piccolo players are going to be now. I have seen some good Piccolo players. I will admit there are some Piccolo players out there that are pretty decent. So I'm very curious to see what this will mean for Piccolo players. That might move him up in the stocks quite highly. We will see. Daima Goku will increase general damage dealt by rush attacks. Pretty much a nothing buff, honestly. I mean, just the fact that he does general damage with his rush attacks, that doesn't really mean much. I still very much think he's... If I was to, like, put him in a scale, right? Because you have Bojack Piccolo, and then who do you have above that? I feel like Daima Goku would be either him or Trunks. Maybe Trunks. No, Trunks. I think it's Trunks then Daima Goku. I think his Gloria and Pansy's moveset, it's not bad. I just, like, his range with his rush attack is, I will say that he's got a lot of range. I think he's got even more range with his rush attack than Kale does. So the fact he does more damage with that is pretty good, I will admit. But I just wish he got more buffs to his other moves. I definitely feel like Gloria's Bomb and Pansy's, like, well, Pansy's Bomb and Gloria's, like, other stuff, I feel like that those do need buffs. But we will see how much damage he does in game. His range is very, very high, so the fact that he does more damage with rush attacks is a decent buff, but I do think he needs a little bit more. Frieza buffs. Now, this guy is, I think, by far second worst tech in the game. I definitely think Boo is still definitely the worst tech in the whole game. Boo can definitely heal you, and he can throw his bits at you to slow you down. But compared that to just Gohan and 17's just overall attacking and defensive power, I definitely just do think that, you know, Boo's like healing is just very useless. I mean, it can save you in a pinch, especially if you're retreating from a clash and, you know, you're low on health and they are pursuing you, having some extra health so you can further retreat and maybe get away and regroup and grind some more mobs. It's definitely not a bad thing, but I definitely do think that, in my opinion, it's not really all that great if you can just retreat to a tower and you can just heal up and that's it. It's not really a mandatory thing for Boo to do. And then the thing where he slows you down, I do think that's pretty decent, but again doesn't really beat any of the other characters. Frieza, for Zama's placement on retreat would be more fluent. Imperial Decree would decrease Frieza's men's damage higher. So just general Frieza buffs, I definitely do think that's nice. I'll be honest, every time I've had a Frieza teammate, I've just never really had much help. He's not really all that great. Maybe this will make him better, but we will see. In conclusion, we will keep all of our players updated on our current situations as well as the squadron as much as possible. The team is currently gathering feedback from their gameplays, broadcasts, and comments, so please don't hesitate to. So yeah, everybody, that's pretty much it. Look forward to the season one Squadra talks that's gonna be happening very, very soon here at, I think they said again, 8 p.m. PT, so tune in. I'm not gonna be there sadly because, yeah, well, unfortunately, it is very, very late for me at night, but I definitely think it's worth tuning into it. I'm really looking forward to see what they do with season 1. I'm hoping they do further changes to all the bugs and stuff that they said, and I'm looking forward to see what type of character you're gonna be dropping. That's pretty much it for the video, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for more Gekishin Squadra content as it comes out, and I'll see you guys later on. Take care. Bye.